That is the first slope. Could I have written it this way? Yes. Could I have written it this way? Yes. Could I have written it negative 0.285714? Could I have written it that way? I would need to repeat it. Could I have written it that way? Yes. Good. Graph using slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Isolate y. 3 over 2x minus 2 equals y. Minus 2, up 1, 2. 3 over 1, 2. There. X and y intercepts. X-intercept. 6x equals negative 12. X equals negative 2. 3y equals negative 12. Y equals negative 4. Negative 2. Negative 4. There. Negative 5 over 4 equals y minus 1 over 5 plus 3. Negative 5 over 4 equals y minus 1 over 8. Negative 40 equals 4y minus 4. Negative 36 equals 4y. Y equals negative 9. Any questions on page 234? Did you hold your breath for that whole thing? Oh, okay. Because when I finished, you went... And you sounded like my kids when we drive through a tunnel. What is that from? Do all of you do that too? What is it from? Because I don't know either. When I was a kid, I did it too, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things that everybody does, but nobody knows where it comes from. It's kind of like, holding your breath when you drive through a tunnel. A bridge too? Wow, you don't want to do that. I do know that because when we drove over that super long bridge in San Francisco, it's like 4K. My kids were and there was nobody on the bridge, but I drove the speed limit. And they're like purple. I'm like, ha ha. All right. Okay, 235, please. It's a very quick lesson today, but it's a little weird. Everybody put a dot at negative 5, 0, and 0, 4. All right? Then put a second dot at 2, 0, and 7, 4, please. You're not even like a real person. It's like a cartoon back there. Yeah, it's all Krish's fault. All right. Now, please notice that this line here, the first line we drew, is exactly the same as the second line, yes? So, these are parallel lines. Since they are parallel, they have what kind of slope? They have the same slope. What does that mean, Jesse? They'll never touch. Now, everybody understands this. Everyone's like, sure, parallel means they don't touch. Sure, it means they have the same slope. But what does it mean if I said there's a third line that is parallel to these two? What do you know about that third line? It too has the same slope. What if I told you two lines have the same slope? What do you automatically know? That they're parallel. It works both ways. That's the easy part of today. Everyone's good with it, yes? Okay. Perpendicular takes a little bit more time to explain. Everybody draw the following two lines. Draw those two lines.
This is funny.
Okay, Mr. Hirschman.
Two kids just came to me, Sylvester and Gio. Yeah, we're going to play rugby next year. I just want to tell you because I don't want to get hurt for grade 12 football. They're in grade 10.
I had a big talk with them about that, too. Not about that, just...
What is wrong with kids?
I don't know. You know what I think it is? I think it's we don't do a good enough job of probability.
Yeah,
Because, of course, 600 professional football players in the world,
that's right.
7 billion people. Cross off 2 zeros. 6 out of 70 million.
I like my chances. Maybe we should have put two massive Claypool posters at the entrance of the school. So are you telling me what he did better than the Olympians that are tied, hit away in the corner? One of them was like, oh, maybe I'll come back in grade 12. I'm like, no.
Don't waste our time. All right. Where does the black line go? Describe the black line to me. He waited patiently for 30 of the best and brightest to draw a line. A vertical line going through what? On which axis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And where does the blue line go? A horizontal line through? Now, since the black line is vertical and the blue line is horizontal, what is the angle at which they meet? 90. So those are perpendicular to each other, yes? Now, the vertical slope is a rise over a run of 0, correct? Everyone agrees? Or undefined because it is infinite. Yes? Okay. What is the horizontal slope? 0 over what? Run. What do you... Now, rise can be any number here, can't it? Because no matter where I start, it's just a number. Yes? What's the easiest number I could write there? 1. 1. What is the easiest number I could write for run? 1. What do you notice? 1 over 0, 0 over 1. What do you notice? They are reciprocals of each other, yes? Everybody cool? Now, if it happens once in math, how often does it happen? Every time. So, if I have perpendicular lines, they must have reciprocal slopes, yes? All right, now, everybody draw this blue line again. I'm going to use a different color, though. It was, what was it? 2, 0 to 7, 4. Yes? Everybody cool? Now, draw a second line from 5, 0, 2, 4, 5, through 1, 5. Now, what do you notice about those two slopes? They cross, so they can't be parallel. One is what? What is the blue slope? Positive or negative? What is the green slope? Let's check what the slopes are. What is the blue slope? How far up did I go? 5. And how far to the right? You're not quite right. The blue slope went up 4 and right. The blue slope went up from 0 to 4 is 4, and 2 to 7 is 5, correct? So the blue slope is 4/5, right? What's the green slope? It went up from 0 to 5, and it went from 5 to 1. How far is that?
Oil change.
Oh, right, the oil change. I forgot about the oil change. You'll get it done by the end of the day, right?
Yeah, if we hustle.
Yeah, hustle, because I need it right away. Every 6,000 kilometers. No, I don't. I have 3 vehicles. Hazel. Yes. What is the run here? -4. What do you notice? They're reciprocals, which means they must be. That's half the perpendicular argument, yes? But notice one is positive and one is negative. That also must be the case, yes? Because to meet at 90 degrees, they must cross. So, what makes something perpendicular? Reciprocal, opposite slopes. So, parallel lines have the same slope and they never touch. Perpendicular slopes have opposite, reciprocal, and touch how many times? Once. Ease bees lemon squeezy, right? That's all there is to it. Ken. One's negative and one's positive. So, here we go. The slope I have is 2/3. What's its perpendicular slope? -3/2. Reciprocate, change the sign. My second slope is -7. What's its perpendicular slope? 1/7. 4, what's its parallel slope? Parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope. Slope is 4. Parallel line, 4. Could I also write 12/3? Could I also write 96/24? Yes. If I could divide in my head, I bet I could. 20/5, right? As long as my rise over run equals 4, I'm good. -5/11, perpendicular. 11/5. 0, perpendicular is undefined or infinite. Undefined, perpendicular to undefined, 0. That's the only concept. All right. Number 1. ST, yeah, go Hazel. Is ST parallel to AB? Is ST perpendicular to AB? Or is ST nothing? Well, ST, the line that goes from point S to point T. How will I find out? What is the indicator of parallel or perpendicularity? Slopes. So I better check these slopes, yes? What is the slope of ST? And what is the slope of AB? I'm waiting to see if you can remember how to do this from, yesterday. That's exactly right, Jess. Well done. Which is it? Is it parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Perpendicular. Why? Because 6/3 becomes 2. 2 over -4 becomes -1/2. 2 is really 2/1. Change the sign, negative, reciprocate 1/2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, yeah? Why did I not even bother to write y1, y2? Because you could do it either way. And if I write it, one or two of you will think that's the only way to write it. And does it matter which is y2 and which is y1? No, as long as you keep it consistent. Would this still work out? Could I go x1, y1, x2, y2, and then make this guy x2, y2, and this guy x1, y1? Would I still get the same answer? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Talk amongst yourselves. gentlemen, this is Ashley Harling or Hurling? I can't remember. Harling. She was in my very second class ever to be taught at Abbotsford Senior in the old school in room A2, no, not A, in room 203. She was in the class where, no, she wasn't, because that kid was in grade 9. Never mind. She was in the classroom. Remember I told you the story about the kid that thought he could jump higher than me? Yes, I did. Shut it. We put the mark on the wall. I said I could jump high, and he said no because you're old and fat. And I jumped way higher than him. And Brittany Paget is his little sister. No, I couldn't jump higher than you. But you would not say you're old and fat, Mr. Myers. I could jump higher than you. He did. So I made him get up in front of everybody, and I jumped way higher than he did. And then this year, Brittany Paget, his little sister, showed up in class. I know, right? I was amazed. All right, so where were we? You guys, would it have mattered? Why not? High 2009. It's like Back to the Future. Huh? I kept the pairs because it doesn't matter what order it is, right? All right. Okay. You will find this lesson on YouTube. Thanks for advertising for me.
That's C Myers, actually.
Yes. Now maybe I'll really go through the roof because the class of 2009 will go back and look at their grade 10 notes, right? Yeah. All right. If it's a right angle triangle, what does that mean? There's going to be a 90 degree, right? See you, Ashley. Good to see you too. Are you nursing? Nice. Head nurse, where? Nice! That kicks ass. It was all because she was in Math 10. It wasn't. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. How many 90-degree corners would there have been? 1. But how many corners does a triangle have? 3. Do you want to check 6 slopes? No, because there's only one that it could possibly be, yes? How do we know which one? What's the way to guess? Sketch it. Where is negative 3, 1? There's A. Where's 6, negative 2? There's B. Where's 3, 4? What is the only possible 90 degree? Right there. So do I have to check 6 slopes? No, I only have to check the 2 that are possible. Which 2 are they? Which 2? I got to check slope of AC and the slope of CB. Does it matter what order I do it in? Does it matter which is X1 and Y1? Does it matter if I change between the 2 points, which is X1 and Y1? No. What's the slope of AC going to be? Anybody can say it because, doesn't matter what you say, if the person did it the other way, they're going to get the same answer, aren't they? What is the slope of AC properly if I wrote it all out? One minus 4 over. Keep going, Jess. Negative 3 minus 3. What's 1 minus 4? Negative 3. Over what's negative 3 minus 3? 2 negatives make a? So it's 1/2, yes? What's the slope of CB? No. Write it out full. 4 plus 2 over? Over what? 3 minus 6. Which is 6 over what? Which is? What do we know? AC is perpendicular to CB, so what do we know about this triangle? It's a right angle triangle. Now, if we were doing something in real life, and we found that this was 90 degrees, what does that open up this real life situation to? What can I do now? Once I know that's 90 degrees, what's available to me? Pythagoras? What else? It's my favorite math. Who's been paying attention? Trigonometry. Yes. Yes, the entire final exam will be 800 trig questions. This is the only stuff I care about. Well, when you think about it, does not trig cover everything? You got to do algebra, right? You can do graphing. Tough to get exponents into trig, but not really, because x squared y squared equals h squared. 907. Would it matter?
Yeah.
How? Are you going to not do the final?
What? No.
Or are you going to skip the final?
No.
So what difference does it matter how many questions are on it? 1. It's 1 question long. But it's got A through Z prime in it. Exactly. Turn the page over. What do you see right there? What do you see right there? A 3, which is an X. What do you see right there? 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 X. What do you see right there? Now, if line AB is parallel to CD, then what do I know about the slope of AB and the slope of CD? They'd be equal. Which one of those can I figure out right now? Slope of AB, what is it? It's 10 minus 5 over what? Keep the same order. 7 minus 3, which is what? 5 over 4, yes? What's the slope of CD? A minus 2 over 1 minus 0, right? But let's write it out. 1 minus 0. To get 5 over 4 equals A minus 2 over 1. How do I solve that? Cross multiply. What is it? Keep solving. 13 equals 4A. What does A equal? Right? But Mr. Myers, how can it be a fraction? Of course it can be a fraction. That's 2 1/4, isn't it? Could we put that on a graph? Sure. We would either go 2 1/4, or we'd change the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 2. And 1/4, I'd put the dot up there. Right? Now, knowing what you know now, line AB is perpendicular to line CD. When they're parallel, they had to be the same. What happens when they're perpendicular? Opposite reciprocals. So do I want 5/4 anymore? What do I want now? Negative 4/5. Does it still equal a minus 2 over 1? That one doesn't need to change, does it? Solve it. Negative 4 equals 5a minus 10. Keep going. 6 equals 5a. How can it be a fraction? Because it can. It's 1 1/5. How would I put that on a graph if I did this scale? A is a y value, yes? Where would the dot go there? 1 above 1. Where would the dot go there? Ever so slightly above 1. Which is the better way to graph? The first way. Unless you don't have room to change your scale, you change your scale. Even if you only have room to change one of your scales, you're still better off to change one of them. Okay? All right, now listen to me carefully, please, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm refereeing. I know, right? It's like it's Christmas morning for her. See how pleasant I am? You don't see me going, oh, yes, I don't have to teach them tomorrow. But when I say I'm not going to be here tomorrow, oh, I am misinterpreting what you did. This is what she did. I am not going to be here tomorrow. Oh, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty happy sound to me. Now, I am not going to be here tomorrow because I am refereeing rugby provincial, so I am losing 80 minutes of time with you guys. Now, so, here's what is going to happen. Tomorrow, you're going to work on page 238 right now, which will easily get you through today, because there's not a lot there. Tomorrow, do not do this tonight. Save pages 240 and 241 for tomorrow's class. Clear? You will have Mr. Radnai in here. Guest host Tom Radnai. Okay? Listen, please. Thursday, I will also not be here because, Hazel.
That wasn't me this time. It was somebody else.
Thursday, I will not be here. Listen, please. On Thursday, because you technically need a lesson before we go on, I'm going to not most likely, I'm 100%, you're going to have a quiz on Thursday, closed book, right? It will not take the whole period, okay? But I'm also going to give you a kind of not like a cumulative, right? A bunch of questions from all through the year just to fill up the time, okay? Won't be for marks. It's just something you can do. Because in about a week, you're all going to start going, Mr. Myers, when do we get our review for the exam? Because you haven't been paying attention all year when I've told you that your review for the exam is your yellow book and your 3 cumulatives. So you will get another document on Thursday that you could put in your review for the year files, right? And that's what you're going to work on Thursday. I will be back Friday to pick up where we left off today. We will mark the quiz you do Thursday, and we will go on to 6.4. Everybody good? That is your next 2 days. Okay? Snitches get stitches, Jesse. All right. Everyone is good? Okay, go.